Ho ho, what's happening? Hey, we're all online, right? Can't see my eyes? Well, I won't be on for long because I'm going to learn about jacks. Now, which moon do you think we're on? Which planet are we on of the four? Or are there four of our planets? Which one is the moon? Which one is the North Pole and the South Pole? You think they made us play with jacks for nothing? God might only be 1/4 of the light, giving him only 1/4 into this world. It's a shame that we had to get the corner of Marvin Gardens at the same time as the Pacific Ocean. It's a shame that we connect completely opposite of these two, in which one of them, if I can remember, is Connecticut, and the other one on the other corner is I forget. Something to do with one of the avenues, but I don't remember. But that's okay, because you got an online computer, and you got an online head, so you can check. You know what's good about us being online? We're online right here. So wherever I move between the screen, I'm still online. I might be off your center, but I'm still online, right inside of who I am. But now when I'm looking at myself on this angle, I'm looking at a guy with sunglasses. I don't like that angle he's on. Oh my God, he's peeking from outside. Don't let him peek. He's looking on in. He's looking on in. Don't let him look in. Oh my God, I'm scared. He's got to come back into the center to make things real. You know what I'm going to do right now? Take a little zigzag, because in our life it's all zigzag. You see when I hold up this corner, there's 3 other corners that move, and that's only on this paper. But when I do it to a dice cube, it's different. But you know what you should get for Christmas? This is all you need for Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. These coloring markers and a baseball. Now all you got to do is put tic-tac-toe boards on here and make this look like the roulette wheel. But watch out. When you roll it, it turns into the Twin Towers itself out of one baseball. Twin Towers aren't square. No, they're not, until you unravel it. Don't forget what it says on the map. For every inch of the ball, it's 100 feet. So we got about, how many inches here? 14? Coloring markers, because I'm going to color. I've been out of the systematic numbering system right now. I'm not sure which way to go, because every time I jump into something, a goddamn tree grows. Every time I take out a pen on a piece of paper, another tree grows. It's almost like it's growing in here. You like my bullhorns? This one is Oriental. This one is the Mediterranean. In between are all the churches. Why are all the churches out there? How many people got to go to church? What a deal. Adam and Eve. Does really want to know what Adam and Eve and the rib story? I'll make you up about a rib story about Adam and Eve. They had a barbecue that night. They had a little spirit, because God gave them spirit for life. So Adam had a little bit of Eve's rib, and Eve took a little bit of Adam. Could have been the Adam's apple, but she swallowed too deep. So what do you want to do about them two? Better than Humpty Dumpty sitting over the well, how well he was doing. He saw Jack and Jill coming up. J and J, JA and JI. Oh my God. The JI and the JE, they're all here. The military police are here. Well, you know what police is. Park place. PL, place, polar, or gold ice. The gold ice. Why? Because we freeze and we melt all at the same time. We're fast like silver and we're pliable like gold. But you know what's good about gold? Is every time it gets a hit, you warm up a little bit more, and you can stretch the gold the other way. You take the lightning rod silver speed into the golden mind of all boys. We are the angel residents in time heaven. THAR, star. We are EAR, E-world angel resident in time heaven. In French they go ER, in French they go AR. Why? Because one is up and one is on the level. But who's below? What levels go below? Hey, Jack, you down there? Because most small jacks go down. They got the leg on the bottom level. No, it's okay, R up there. And I've got the V. He can look up between my crotch. You ever see the letter R? It's like a crotch. You can design the letter R with a 1 and a 2. You can design half of it with a D and an L. You put me on the DL list, please. Why? Because you've got the DL divided life syndrome of David. David had to split himself up. I was reading some stuff about Abraham the other day. Ishmael went into Israel. And Isaac is 51, American and Company. AC. America and Company. What is it? AC. You got the air conditioning? No, I got the America and Company. Well, what is a mare? Well, a mare is like, it's a horse. and she's a woman horse, and she can have babies. So at first, we use her on the racetrack, and then we use her to breed. So what did we do with the American horse? We used them on the racetrack, and we used them to breed. Now that the racetrack is built, the horses have run, everybody owes, but what's the difference anyways? We like when they beg. The more they beg, the tastier they are. Are we actually the fingertips somebody wants to win and bring somewhere else so they can use us and use our minds for the integrity that they have within? Can I use that word, integrity? Everybody's got their own integrity. You see, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. We all have a difference of. But the similarity that we have to have all together is we all must hold hands for life, forever and ever and ever. And if you don't know what that means every time you pop into a new game and play, you got to remember from this life who you were and how you remembered that it was one team and not separate teams. Although we broke ourselves up into differences and made ball teams, football teams, soccer teams, we used soccer balls and hard balls and baseballs. We used pucks on ice that slide real well. But a round puck goes flat. Made a round puck go flat because you couldn't get a flat stick on a square puck. It'd be a pretty weird game of hockey if we had square pucks. Where was I right now? Yeah, no matter what, forever and ever, you want to retain in your mind that no matter what happens, no matter how wrong I could be, that we must be a unit to live. You also must be whole as one, because if you're not whole as one, you are nothing to everybody else. You only need yourself to go within the matrix, because the matrix is a free ride all over the place. But if you don't use it, you lose it, and your lights go out, and you end up back at top again. We're like the dog. I saw a dog the other day. He was 12 years old. Everybody told me he was 84. I go, okay, 7-1. 12 weeks. You know what happens in the 13 weeks anyways. You get to the third Rubik's Cube. You get to the letter M, love M, 007M, and you have a baby. Second Rubik's Cube. The age of 13. The reason why the girls stay the age of 12 is because they come on the first two cubes. They come on the first two cubes. They're ovulated on the first two cubes. Why? Because they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they get 2 and 6. Man can't get 2 and 6. How does a man get 2 and 6? He becomes a 6 of the 2, but he's not. The woman will remain 6. The man will remain 8. Man of the heaven. And is the woman of the heaven, but she is 2, 6. He is 2 and 6 of 8. And 6 and 8 in craps pay the same thing. 6, you want to find 6? 5 and 1 is 6. On the other cube, you get 2 and 6 is 8. That's BH and man is BE. 1 level, 2 levels. You see, B and F, is here and here, creating the H, which is completely across. Do you understand? In order for 2 to make into 8, she's got to have a belly to go around number 5, creating the quarter moon and a child inside of her. I hope I can remember that again, but you understand? Number 6 to 4 is this way, over the center, and over to 4. The 2 is down this way, over the center, and down to 1. Now, if you're talking about 1, 5, 1, 5 is from here to here. If theta goes down 2 and 6 here and here, and this one goes 1 and 5, they join together, creating the North Star by the angle of this, this, and this. That's the North Star. That will come out to a mark of, did I write this down? I didn't write it down. It'll come out to a mark in order of this. 1, 2, 4. Now you can ask yourself a question. How do I get 1, 2, 4? 1 plus 1 is 2? No. 1 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Can you say 8 and 8? Well, then you could have said 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 4 and 4. So now you'd have to be making all these numbers. But the minute I get to 8 and go 8 and 8 is 16, you went all the way around to 1. So right away you have to mark a 0, another 8 because you're adding the 8, and then you're going on to the other side. 8 is the split. 2 is the split on top, 8 is the split on the bottom. So you went to 8, 0, 8, and then you went 1, 6, 7, 7, 1, 5, 5, 101. The last one, when you say 101, it's 4, 3, 4 on your dice. What I'm trying to get to is this is a Roadrunner. This is a Roadrunner number. This is what it does. It goes around from one end, comes back to the other end, goes back up and comes around again. That's the way the design goes. It's the first time I can really see it now. I've been working on this for a month. And I got to visualize it in my head before I can really look at anybody else. Go look at somebody else, and I need to get more ideas to base mine. So I've already did the look of who's doing these numbers, and now I'm putting it on my head. Yeah, and it's really neat because when you start adding them up, it adds up to the first numerological number that adds up is 72. And never the mind, but 808 is almost like saying 222. And what you're talking about is 2 world left, 2 world right, and 2 in the center. 808, if you look at the bicycle cards, the king is driving on a bike, and it says 808 on the cards. But everybody knows 808 is just 2 baseballs standing on top of each other. One side of the world, there's 2 balls, one here, and there's a ball here and a ball here. How do I know? The way those balls are put. Those 2 is that angle, and these 2 is this angle. Ends up making the V. The V is for life. Don't forget, we changed numbers now. When we go from 2 to 5, it's a straight line. We go from 1 to 5, it's this angle. It shows you half of a triangle. The corner half of the triangle. It's showing you a straight back. So you already know what it's going to do because it's a half a V, it's a slanted V. The other letters that go with this creation is the N and the Z, in which N and Z together total 40. And that's going around the Monopoly board at least once. At least 40 from go, or 40 you hit boardwalk. Anyways, I'm all over the place. I got to go start painting now. Raphael 7286. Rough? Did I say rough? I'm not Rough the dog. Am I a cat or am I a dog? I want to know who we are. Apples or oranges? Was it that hard that they tried to put as many chemicals into the apples as they could, and they couldn't duplicate the core of the apple? But they did come up with some peach fuzz. So they may have broken into the core. But I think the apple is the answer to everything, just like everybody's been saying. In fact, that's probably the only thing I really believe in this world is the apple. Especially the brown apple juice. You got to drink brown, man. If it's already turned colors, it's not good. Your body has to make it turn colors. You know what I'm into lately? Eating as many nuts as I could because that's who they said I was. I wanted to build up to it. Thank you.